So let's start our second part, that is planning risk management. And in your book, chapter 11, and you can consult to the page number 433. So let's start. Planning risk management. This planning risk management is quite, I think, 5 to 10 or 5 to 6 pages in your book. So you have to read all in detail for short question and objectives and for better understanding also, because here in the slides I only give the key points. So let's start. Planning risk management is the process of deciding how to approach risk management activities and plan for them in a project. A risk management plan summarizes how risk management will be performed on a particular project. This is the same thing, same definition I told you. So, topic addressed in risk management plan. What are the things which we address in the risk management planning? That is on your page number 434. So, first one is let me check the page number. It is on page 433, same, yes. So first starts with the methodology. What do you mean by methodology? Methodology means how will risk management be performed on this project? What tools and data sources are available and applicable? For example, that the example I was giving you of the climate control, we will see that how we will perform, which tools we will take, what is our data source, is that the climate control office or some other resources also. So finalizing your tools or resources in methodology. Second thing is rules and responsibilities. So in this we will check that which people are responsible for implementing specific task and providing deliverable related to the risk management. In this we divide the responsibilities to the team, that who will work for taking the data, who will work for analyzing them, who will making the report, this type of responsibilities. Third thing is budget and scheduling. What are the estimation cost and schedules for performing risk related activities, that how much budget we put for our risk management. So this will be in the budget and scheduling. What is risk categories? What are the main categories of the risk that should be addressed on this project? Is there a risk breakdown structure of the project? Risk categories means we will divide the risk into priorities, which is the high risk, which is the low risk, and which is the type of risk that we can ignore. So these are the risk categories. Risk, probability and impact. This means how will be the probabilities and impacts of the risk items be assured, what securing and interpretation methods will be used for qualitative and quantitative analysis, how will the probability and impact matrix be developed. So in risk, probability, because probability always on the calculation, so we will use whatever we did in qualitative and quantitative analysis. Another one is revise stakeholders tolerance. What this means? This means have our stakeholders tolerance for the risk change. How will those changes affect the project? Because sometimes because of the risk we have to change the project a bit. Do our stakeholders agree with that change? This we have to check. Because sometimes if we make the change but our stakeholders don't want, or they are not ready, or they don't want such type of change, so it will be difficult. What is tracking? Tracking means how will the team track the risk management activities? How we will know that whether these activities are according to the plan or not? How will the lessons learned from the documents and shared? How will the risk management process be audited. Audited means whether, for example, risk came and we take the action, but there will be an audit team which will check whether you took the action as per the planning. Because sometimes you take the action and that action failed in you can say have negative impact. So if you are doing according to the planning, then team will not face any type of penalty, because it was the part of the planning. We did, but it doesn't happen. But if there is a negative impact on the project and the action we took was against the planning, then the team will be facing the penalty. The final one is risk documentations. What reporting formats and processes will be used for risk management activities? That risk management activities, what type of documents and what will be the format of the document. The format should be concise and easy to understand and deliverable. So this type of things we do in our risk documentation. What will be other plans other than this? Other will be these 4 types of plannings. They are given on your page 434. So what is the first one? Contingency plans. What is this? These are, for example, if the project team knows that a new release of a software package may not be available in time to use for the project, the team might have a contingency plan to use the existing older version of the software. This means that you already know that something will be not available for a short time of period because the new launch is not there, so you will use the old version or alternate thing of that. Second thing is fallback plans. What are fallback plans? Fallback plans are developed for risk that have high impact on meeting project objectives and are put into effect if attempts to reduce the risk do not work. For example, a new college graduate might have a main plan and several contingency plans for where to live after graduation, but if these plans do not work out, a fallback plan might be to live at home or while. Fallback plan means you have an alternate plan. For example, you want to buy something from another country, you want to import, okay, for your project, but when you order that thing, the shipment company said that there is a storm in the sea and our shipment will be delayed for 2 weeks. So what is your fallback plan? Your fallback plan is that you have some extra budget and you will ask the shipment company to send by air to save the time. So that is your fallback plan. These are the fallback plans. The third one is contingency reserves or contingency allowances. These are the funds included in the cost baseline that can be used to mitigate cost or schedule overruns if no risk occurs. For example, if a project appears to be off course because the staff is not experienced with the new technology and the team had identified that as a risk, the contingency reserve could be used to hire an outstanding. Okay, this type of allowances or reserves are used for giving some type of trainings or hiring some professionals during the projects. For example, during the projects you came to know some software or hardware on which your team is not professional on that thing, so you have an extra allowance on which you can hire a professional for a short time of period and he can work for them, and this money will come from the reserves or the allowances. The fourth one is management reserves. What are these management reserves? Management reserves are the funds held for unknown risk that are used for management control processes. They are not part of cost baseline, but they are part of project budget and funding requirement. If the management reserves are used for unforeseen work, they are added to the cost baseline after the change is approved. Okay, management reserves funds are actually, they are used for the management control processes, or, and they are not the part of the baseline our budget. But if that budget is used for some other type of activities, then it will be added into the cost baseline. Otherwise, management reserves is only for the managemental processes. So for detail you will read in from the page number 432. So let's move forward. What is source of risk on IT projects? Okay, this is very important, that in IT project from where the risks can come. So this we will do in our third part of the video.